Birthday Ask Me Anything Omnibus Part 2 with a side of Doom. The music. You think you're done with Outer Wilds, but you're not sure. Should you look up spoilers to see? You shouldn't look up spoilers to see. But I will tell you one thing. You'll know when you're done. Can I say I'm old again? I'm old! Happy birthday. Thank you for everything you do on this app. What's your favorite thing about writing commissions? What's your least favorite thing about it? My favorite thing about writing commissions is that I get to write about a whole bunch of different stuff. I get to see the great ideas that different people have, and I get to help them bring them to fruition. Being a ghostwriter is pretty cool. My least favorite thing about it is that every commissioner has no fucking concept of what time is. I'll give you an example. My commissions are done on a first-come, first-served basis. Basically, there's a queue. So someone will commission me, and I'll be like, all right, you are in slot 5 in the queue. And then 2 days later, they'll be like, have you started on my commission yet? No, I haven't started on your commission yet. First of all, I said I would tell you when I did. Second of all, there are 4 commissions in front of you, which all need to be written and then drafts sent back to the commissioner. And then the commissioner has to get back to me with edits, and they have to be rewritten again. And then those get sent back, and then they get sent back to me with edits and revisions again. And that's not going to happen for 4 separate projects, for 4 separate people in the span of 2 days. Nagging a writer about your commission does not get them to make it quicker. It actually only slows them down. What is my favorite Doom comic run? And is there a Doom comic I would suggest as a starting point? Both I would say are pretty much the same. I recommend Books of Doom. It is a good overview of the character in general. What would Doom's favorite video game be, and what is my favorite bit of janky video game science? Now, you might expect me to say that Doom's favorite video game is something like, Civilization, because, 4X game, go out, conquer the world. But no, I think he keeps it simple. I think he likes Tetris. I think he likes something simple and meditative. I think he likes Tetris Effect, even. What's my favorite bit of janky video game science? I don't know if this counts as janky video game science, but a lot of collision systems don't actually have it in them for big body movement. So many times, if you needed to, move a train or something, you merely attach it to an unseen character's head, clip that character through the floor, and then move that character, and it will move the train for you. This workaround has been used in so many games. What do I think Doom thinks about Luffy in the One Piece verse? I already did a video on this, but in short, he would probably be on Luffy's side. He would see the world government as a gigantic failure, and it's obviously harming its people, and it can't do as good of a job as Doom. So time to dismantle it. What is something I always wanted to do but never could? To a lot of the friends that I lost along the way, say goodbye. To the so-called friends who abandoned me along the way, say fuck you. If my life was an RPG, what RPG would I want it to be? I like Exalted. I like being, cool primordial god beings. That shit's great. I could definitely go for some of that godlike power just so I could, make the bills. Favorite Doom story? I got this question a lot, so I'm going to mention a lot of different Doom stories. I suggest the run of Secret Wars. That's where you got God Emperor Doom, and that's where you get the infamous, Thanos spine pull. All-time favorite fighting game? Skullgirls, baby. Top 16 at EVO, second at ECT. Fucking love that game. Could I rank my top 3 favorite comics? Sure. Number 1 is going to be Grant Morrison's run on Doom Patrol. Number 2 is going to be Venom's Separation Anxiety. And number 3 is probably Books of Doom, but I gotta say, the One World Under Doom run, it's giving it a run for its money. Depending on how it ends, that might take a slot in my top 3. Though, here's the thing, if we're not just talking about normal-ass, sort of comic industry comic books, then believe it or not, slot 3, the Doom comic, falls off, and Scott Pilgrim takes his place. What is my favorite fact about snails? Their genitals are in their head, around where our ears would be. What is my favorite comic book run, manga, graphic novel? Like I said, Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol. That shit was life-changing. What is a physics or chemistry fact that most people don't know that you think everyone should be made aware of? Honestly, I just wish people knew more about thermodynamics. I cook a lot, and I cook for people, and one of the things that I like to do is get a whole bunch of meat, in bulk, and then cook, really good steaks for people. But when I sear them, fire goes everywhere. And I know it's perfectly safe, but everyone else kind of freaks out. And I think I wish people knew that, fire, actually takes time to burn things. And if you know what you're doing, it's fine. Don't freak out. Not really a question, but you hope I find a happy memory I haven't thought of in a long time. A lot of my happy memories are bittersweet. I prefer to make new ones. Is that Outer Wilds music? Yep. Outer Wilds is an amazing game. Have I heard of cosmic natural selection theory? Yeah, honestly, I'm not a big fan. It's just one of many, many, many theoretical frameworks that can't be tested cosmologically. It's been criticized many times. I don't buy it. We need to know more about black holes before we could, claim that there are universes on the other sides of them. And we are. We definitely are. But, the idea of a black hole being a means of reproduction for universes is really neat, but we just don't have good evidence for it. How do I feel about trying to make Latveria real, to make Doom proud of us? I want as much as I can to make the world a better place with the resources that I have. One of the things that I have sadly figured out doing videos here on TikTok is that some people just think that other people are inferior, by default inferior. They want to see them suffer. I don't want to see anyone suffer. I want to see people be as happy as possible. That's why I grow a garden and give away food. That's why I give whatever assistance I can to the people around me. I'll never be as good as Doom, but I'm doing my best. Has Doom ever used Asgardian tech? Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Doom has dissected Asgardians before, but no, he has thorough knowledge of Asgardian tech. It's already integrated into his magic tech. Also, he's worthy of Mjolnir. Was there a specific thing that helped me start thinking the way I do, or is it just the neurospices at work? The neurospicy definitely adds to a lot of it, but honestly, it's just getting out there and experiencing the world. There are so many different types of people doing so many different types of things everywhere. And, when I did journalism work, I had to interact with them. And that kind of jump-started things. But mostly it's the rampant unmedicated ADHD. I'm always bored and I gotta be learning something. You have a soda bar question. Have I ever used it to make slushy? Yes, I have. Unfortunately, you can't really make a carbonated slushy. You need to really slow freeze and churn anything you're gonna make a slushy out of. And at that point, the carbonation's gonna go away. But the good thing is, it doesn't really matter. Like all those slushies you used to get at the movie, those aren't actually carbonated. It's just, slush ice and syrup. And, as long as you have a way to make shaved ice, then you got slushies. How do I feel about grapplers in fighting games? Grapplers for life! I have one brain cell and I'm proud of it. I'ma churn that butter on block pressure and you better not drop your string. The fact that Miss Marvel in Marvel Tokon Fighters has a grab as her ultimate, chef's kiss. Right from the streets of Jersey City. 41, you thought I was in my mid to late 20s. I appreciate it. Young mind, young body. At least I try to keep my outlook young. Outer Wilds fan? Yes, definitely one of the best games I've ever played. And if you like the Outer Wilds, try playing Void Stranger. It's very similar, although sprite-based. Could Reed become a Latverian citizen? Your local Doombot has been notified. Does Doom find Moon Knight's antics searching for Dracula entertaining? A little bit, but really, Doom is just one of the many people who is kind of, terrified of Moon Knight, which you'd think, wouldn't be a thing because Doom is superior. But, part of Doom's superiority is being intelligent. He knows better than to fight Squirrel Girl, and he knows better than to fight Moon Knight. There are easier ways to get them to go away. What is my favorite TTRPG, and what do I think is the best designed one? My favorite TTRPG is definitely Exalted. And the streamlined Exalted Essence, I think, is the best that they've done so far. The best designed RPG, I actually think, is For the Queen. It doesn't need a GM. It fills 1 to 3 hours. And all you need is the deck of cards and people willing to answer questions. Genius in simplicity. Games, ultimate games, but no games? I have no idea what this is asking. Happy birthday, I really enjoy the escapism of imagining life under Doom, but I'm interested to know in what country you think would be best politically in the real world right now. I gotta be honest, I don't feel super comfortable answering this question because, I can keep up with world politics via the news, right? But I don't think you could really know what life is like in another country without going there and living there. And I don't have the money to do that. I would if I could, but I'm just paying the bills right now. Does my back hurt? You know what? It doesn't. You'd think it would, especially because I'm a little overweight. But my back, my knees, none of them went. It's my fingers that went. All that gaming. But put a little screw in it. It's good as new. Part 3 next.